Hey guys, this is Sammy, and I'm doing a video on my stretched ears. Not my story, but, my jewelry. Yeah, I'm going to be doing my tapers, my tunnels, and my plugs. Yeah. So, I'll start with my tapers. The smallest one I have right now is, 4 gauge. Then the next size up I have is a 2 gauge. And then these were tapers at one point. They're 0 gauge, that's what I'm currently at. But my mom knew about my ears being stretched and my dad didn't, because I started stretching them when I was actually a long time ago, but the most recent time, how I got to the size I'm at now, I think I was 16 when I started. I'm 18 now, but it hasn't been 2 years yet. It'll be 2 years in March or April. I don't know, sometime around there. But yeah, so these were my 0 gauge tapers. They obviously are no longer tapers. My other 0 gauge tapers, I have these ones. I've never used them because I don't stretch my ears any farther. And I don't really want to. I'm at a 0 gauge, I don't want to go any farther. Eventually I will take them out, and a lot of people have asked me, oh, well, why did you do it if you're just going to take it out? Because it's what makes me happy right now. I'll worry about the future when I come to that point, because I'm not at that point yet where it's, you cannot have those for whatever reason it is. Yeah. And then I have double zeros, which, I don't know, I obviously have no need for. They've never been worn. I never plan on wearing them, but whatever. Yeah, so next I'll do my silicone tunnels. I have green silicone tunnels in. These are from Spencer's. They're squishy. They are the most comfortable pair of jewelry for my ears that I've ever worn. Yeah, I've had those. Those were my first pair of tunnels. And then I have 2 of these, but the backs are missing because they broke. So it's like that. And then it twists on the front instead of the back. So the whole back of it's missing because they both shattered. Those were my first 2 pairs of jewelry for my ears and stretching them. Next I'll show you all 3 of these at once because I got them in a pack together on Amazon for about $6 or $7. And I expected them to not be very good quality, but they literally tore within one use. So I have pink, black, and then white. Oof! And they're low quality. I don't like them at all. I think I wore them once or twice, and within that time frame, all of them had torn. So that was kind of lame. Next I'll show you my acrylic plugs. I have these baby blue ones, and they're in a 14 gauge. I mentioned these and showed these in another video. It was about my industrial piercing and the story and the infection and everything that happened with that, which you can find in my videos. And yeah, so I put these in the hopes that I could heal it as 2 separate piercings, because at that point it was infected for it had an infection for a second time. That didn't work out, and it explains why in the video. Next are these, which, if you'll notice, they match my tapers. I've only worn these a handful of times. I apologize for my nails, I know they look like crap, but that's just not one of the things that I got to today. Next I have this pair that I got from Hot Topic, which I don't like. I typically don't like Hot Topic's jewelry anyway, just because I don't know, I feel it's very low quality. Like, I bought earrings, and the posts were so short that they didn't even, like, I couldn't get the backs on. So I just was like, are you kidding me? And then they wouldn't refund them because, I don't know, I think it was like, buy one, get another one half off or some crap like that. But I hate their products anyway. Like, I have a couple shirts from them, but I don't like the quality of, like, anything in their store. So these say BAM and they glow in the dark. Single flare with an O-ring. I think I've worn those twice. I got them on clearance, like, half off for like $8 or $12 or $8 or $10. And I was just like, jeez. But I had no choice. I was going out of state for 2 weeks and these had torn. And, which they're still torn, but they're not torn that bad. Well, they're torn that bad, but I still wear them. It's not bad enough to really bother me or my piercings. But, yeah. So I bought those in case these tore all the way or something. And, yeah, like I said, I've worn those like twice. I hate them. Next I'll go on to my my surgical steel, jewelry. I got these, I bought them off of a friend of a friend who had never worn them, or some crap like that. Yeah, she'd never worn them. She pretty much, like, looked at them and was like, oh, I don't want these. So she was like, oh yeah, they're great. And then she sold them to me, and I hate them. They're such low quality that I can't believe whatever company this is allowed to manufacture these. Like, okay, it looks shiny, but if you compare it to a higher quality piece of jewelry, ooh, almost lost you guys. You can see that shiny only goes so far. This one has like a mirror-like finish. This one is very dull. I don't know where these came from. I wore them once and never wore those again. Next, these my mom got me for prom, and I mentioned these in my industrial piercing video as well. But I got these for prom because I needed something that didn't look like gaping holes in my earlobes, and these are what I chose. And my mom's very happy with them. I've worn them a lot more than just once. I've worn them to a wedding. I've worn them to church. I've worn them to parties, family gatherings, grandparents' house. They come in handy. They're really pretty. Next, I have my last two pairs right here, both of which my boyfriend got me for Valentine's Day this year. Well, last year. No, this year. Why do I think it's 2014? It's not. But yeah, so they're tunnels, and then they've got an anchor, and yeah, they're double flare, but the back twists off, so you don't have to worry about that flare, and you can still have the double flare look or whatever. I've worn those a few times, but the flare on them's so small, oops, that I have to put an O-ring on both sides to get it to keep in my ear without falling. So, next are my Batman ones, and he got me those as well, which I've only worn a few times. Not because I don't like them, I love them. It just, I don't know, I prefer silicone, and so 95% of the time I'm wearing the ones I'm wearing. If you have any questions or comments, post below. Any suggestions on how maybe I could improve my videos, post those below as well. Obviously, I'm not saying be an asshole, but if you have any, if you have any things that maybe I could improve on, tell me. I know I have issues looking at the camera, and I'm trying to work on that, but I'm trying. Yeah, so I hope you guys are having a lovely boyfriend t-shirt wearing hipster hat kind of night. Alright, night guys.